Alright, so the first subject we're going to be talking about is price ceilings, and our example for that is going to be the oil prices during the 1970s. So you just want to start out with your regular supply and demand graphs, just with your price, quantity, supply, demand. Now, when you go to draw the price ceiling, you're going to just do a horizontal line going right across. It's going to be below the equilibrium price set by the regular market. Now, the price ceiling is usually set up by a government or something to regulate a price. So once you get that, you're going to find that your new equilibrium is going to be where your price ceiling crosses your supply curve. You then come down, you're going to have a quantity from the ceiling and then a price from the ceiling. These are both going to be lower than the quantity that would be supplied in the regular free market. Then you have a triangle here. Once you go from the where the price ceiling crosses the supply curve up to the demand curve, that area is deadweight loss. Okay, so the next topic we have is price floors, and we're going to use an example of minimum wage. So just like price ceilings, you start out with your regular supply and demand graph, price, quantity, supply, demand. Except with this graph, price floors, you're going to set the floor above the equilibrium price. So you're going to have it intersecting with the demand here, supply here. This is going to generate a surplus in the market, so you're going to have more of a good or service that needs to be out there. This is also going to increase the price.
Alright, today we're going to learn about some excise tax. Basically, it's just a tax on commodities or purchases, kind of like a sales tax. You mostly see this tax in alcohol, tobacco, and gasoline. Very school-friendly examples set by the book. And excise taxes are the main primary source of revenue for state governments. Today we have the consumer and producer surplus with the supply and demand for cigs. So you're going to start off with your regular supply and demand graph. That'll get you here at the equilibrium point. Now you're going to add a $2 tax on the cigarettes, and that's going to put the supply curve upward. So you're going to have a new one, the supply plus the tax. That's going to get you a new equilibrium point here. From that point, you're going to go down to the old supply curve, and that area will get you your tax revenue, which is also an example of an excise tax. From that point, the equilibrium, you're going to go over, and that line above it to the demand curve is going to be your consumer surplus. So from P1, you're going to go over to your supply curve with the tax, and that area below is going to turn into your producer surplus.
Banger!